Good morning to everyone tuning in across Nova Scotia and around the world. Welcome to GEO Forum 2024, Nova Scotia's first conference on digital inclusion. On behalf of GEO Nova Scotia, I acknowledge that we are in Mi'kmaq, the unceded, traditional, and ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people. We recognize that the peace and friendship treaty signed by the British Crown and the Mi'kmaq govern this land today. We are all treaty people, and we have rights and responsibilities as Mi'kmaq and settlers alike. Nova Scotia is also home to Canada's largest Indigenous Black population, whose roots here go back to the 1750s. Knowing about the impact colonial settlers have had and continue to have on African Nova Scotian communities means doing our part to work for racial and social justice. GEO Nova Scotia has tremendous respect and appreciation for the Mi'kmaq, Black, and African Nova Scotian communities, and we are committed to building a path of love and respect with these communities. And now, let's get going. Thank you all again for being here. My name is Matt Spurway, and I'm the Executive Director of GEO Nova Scotia, the host of today's event. For those of you who don't know, the GEO stands for Getting Everyone Online. We are a nonprofit organization that brings together the public sector, the private sector, and the community sector to work collectively to ensure everyone in Nova Scotia can experience digital inclusion. What is digital inclusion? Why is it important? Digital inclusion is the experience of having internet connectivity, a proper device, and the basic skills to use them confidently and safely. It's important because without it, in this day and age, you simply can't participate in much of what society has to offer. Today, we're going to hear from dozens of experts across different fields of work who see the impact of digital inclusion and the cost of digital exclusion every day. Speaking about inclusion, we're thrilled that we can host this kind of event and welcome you all to participate at no cost. This is thanks to our sponsors for the day. So let's take a moment to recognize and appreciate our presenting sponsor, the Department of Cybersecurity and Digital Solutions, our partnering sponsors, the Department of Labor, Skills and Immigration, and the Department of Community Services, and our contributing sponsor, IMP Solutions. Please give them a round of digital applause. Let me tell you a bit about what we have in store for you today. We are hosting 6 panel discussions on digital inclusion and how it impacts other key priorities in society: education, mental health, disability, seniors, homelessness, and gender-based violence. We're offering 3 opportunities for you to take Digital Champions training from our team of facilitators. We're putting the spotlight on 2 government departments to learn more about how digital inclusion is impacting their work. We're going to learn more about what the data can tell us about the state of digital inclusion in Nova Scotia. And we'll close the afternoon with a short plenary session to introduce some emerging technology that promises to be a new tool to help achieve digital inclusion for everyone. And tonight, we're hosting Nova Scotia's first Digital Inclusion Awards. So we hope you'll tune in again this evening for a special celebration of different people and organizations who are leading the way in digital inclusion. This morning, we're going to kick off things with a special address from the Minister of Cybersecurity and Digital Solutions, the Honourable Colton Leblanc. And then we'll hear from our feature plenary panel, whom I'm excited for you all to meet. But before we pass it over to Minister Leblanc, we have a special message to share from the Premier of Nova Scotia, the Honourable Tim Houston.
Hey folks, Premier Tim Houston here. Welcome to GEO Forum 2024. Technology is a cornerstone of our future, and ensuring everyone has access to it is essential. Whether it's in healthcare, interacting with government services, banking, or staying connected with others, technology empowers individuals and fuels growth, both socially and economically. Our government firmly believes in leveraging technology to transform services and improve lives. We're always asking ourselves, how can we make these advancements accessible to everyone? How can we bring new technologies and digital solutions to more people to create a positive impact? I have no doubt that many of you here today will lead the way in advancing these goals, and I'm excited to see the innovative work that you'll share. Thank you, and enjoy the forum.
Thank you, Mr. Premier. We truly appreciate your support and encouragement. And now I'd like to introduce our first speaker of the day. Colton Leblanc is an advanced care paramedic and worked in southwestern Nova Scotia prior to being elected as an MLA. He received his primary care paramedic training at Medavie Health Ed and his advanced care paramedic certification at Holland College. Prior to this, he obtained a Bachelor of Science from Université Sainte-Anne in Church Point. In addition to his involvement in the Canadian community, the minister is a volunteer firefighter and medical first responder. Please put your virtual hands together and welcome the Minister of Cybersecurity and Digital Solutions, the Honorable Colton Leblanc.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much, Matt. Really appreciate everyone for allowing me to join you this morning to help kick off GEO FORUM 2024. As the Premier said in his opening address, technology is a cornerstone of our province's future, and ensuring that everyone has access is essential. I'm pleased to acknowledge that today's event is the first ever Digital Inclusion Conference in Nova Scotia. And on behalf of the Department of Cybersecurity and Digital Solutions, along with our government partners, the Department of Community Services and the Department of Labour, Skills and Immigration, we are very proud to sponsor this event. And I know you will all enjoy hearing about the innovative work that will be shared here today. I would also like to acknowledge the leadership that GEO Nova Scotia continues to bring to this important work that is truly making a difference in the lives of Nova Scotians by empowering the citizens with the access, the tools, and the skills to be online. GEO Nova Scotia is helping to keep people connected in an increasingly digital world. Our department's partnership with GEO Nova Scotia continues to be an important one as we work to design services that meet the needs of all Nova Scotians. We're committed to the same values surrounding digital inclusion and accessibility. And we're confident that with the help of GEO Nova Scotia's growing network of partners, we can work together to help build the digital literacy that citizens need. Changes in technology and digital capability are happening at an incredible pace. As your government, these changes present an important opportunity. We can choose to lead, or we can be left to follow. In May of 2023, I was very proud to be sworn in as the very first Minister of the Department of Cybersecurity and Digital Solutions. This new department arrived with an important mission: to create a government fit for a digital future that puts citizens at the center of how we deliver services. At the heart of this work is ensuring that we're including all Nova Scotians in how we shape this digital future, and we cannot leave anyone behind. And while much of the work we may be doing is invisible to the average citizen, if you deal with government, it's safe to assume that the Department of Cybersecurity and Digital Solutions is involved. When a new government service is created, our team is involved early in the development stage so that we can understand the needs and the issues that people are facing. By designing services through a human-centered approach, we're able to stay nimble, to adapt, and evolve by learning from the citizens who are using these services. This important work is carried out in part by our CSDS Usability Lab. This lab enables us to receive feedback from the people using our services by working with users to test our services and gather information about what is working and about how these online tools can be improved. The Seniors Care Grant, for example, is one service that benefited from this approach. By reaching out to the community about the application process, we were able to learn what was working well and where we could make improvements that would give applicants the confidence to embrace the online application process. In the feedback we received, one user told us, "I'm going to come back in to practice on this application." Another told us, "I'm going to try another online service. This was easier than I thought." And that's just one program. The work carried out by our department supports the digital infrastructure behind everything that happens across government, from the supports used by our justice system and our registry for businesses to the many systems that citizens use to apply for programs, licenses, permits, inspections, rebates, and more. Recently, we worked with the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development to design and develop an online child care subsidy application form that was user-focused and inclusive. This meant moving from a 13-page paper application to a simple online application that would be easy to navigate and even mobile-friendly. By setting up a pop-up test lab at the YMCA, our team was able to better understand what was needed to deliver this service that worked for all users. Again, the result was an online service that is more accessible and intuitive, and one that works effectively for everyone that uses it. Currently, we are working with the Executive Council Office to find ways to improve accessibility for the online application process for the province's agencies, boards, and commissions. For this work, we conducted a study with participants from different backgrounds and abilities to identify the challenges they face through the online process. The results of this testing will help build a better service, and in turn, this work will help ensure equity in the application process for our agencies, boards, and commissions. These are just a few of the many ways we're working to make our services more digitally inclusive. We're also working to make our web page templates more mobile-friendly and lightweight so that more Nova Scotians can access our services from smaller or older devices or on slower connections. We've also created a Leave Page Quickly tool to help people protect their browsing history when using public or shared devices. We're also working to ensure our online services are accessible from a language perspective too. We have translated many of our services into both English and French online, things like the Heating Assistance Rebate Program, vehicle permit renewals, change of address, and more. Nous veillons également à ce que nos services en ligne soient accessibles d'un point de vue linguistique. Nous avons traduit un grand nombre de ces services en ligne, en anglais et en français. Par exemple, le programme de remboursement de l'aide de chauffage, le renouvellement de permis de conduire, le changement d'adresse, etc. And we know there are Nova Scotians who speak other languages than English and French. So we're working to offer our online drivers knowledge tests in at least 4 more languages: Mi'kmaq, Mandarin, Arabic, and even Gaelic. This will help our growing and diverse population to access this crucial service. Cela permettra à notre population croissante et diversifiée d'accéder à ce service crucial. While we're making great progress, there's still lots of work to be done, and we know that the same old ways of working will not address the many challenges we'll face. We'll need to adopt new approaches and different ways of thinking. And we know that change will forever be an obstacle as we work to develop and deliver new services for Nova Scotians. Changes in technology, changes in cybersecurity risk, and the changes in how citizens want to engage with us online. Staying nimble, being curious, learning from what's working well elsewhere is essential to our continued growth and improvement. And that's why we are looking forward to today's panel of speakers from Scotland. I'm grateful for the chance to learn from another jurisdiction about the successes they've had, the lessons they've learned along the way, and for a chance to strengthen relationships with these leaders in digital inclusion space. The great work of the Moore Collective is doing through their digital championship program for example, is making a real difference by helping improve citizens' digital skills. With their human rights approach to digital inclusion, the Moore Collective helps organizations understand the impact of digital inequality by demonstrating how the internet unlocks the door to new opportunities for all citizens. This includes opportunities for housing, health, financial well-being, education, employment, and more. The Scottish Council of Voluntary Organizations has also created some inspiring initiatives, including Connecting Scotland, which has provided devices, connectivity, and skills that are helping empower citizens to improve their health and well-being through digital tools and services. I know many of you are looking forward to hearing from a digital inclusion and design lead for the Scottish Government about how they are using technology and inclusion to improve health outcomes. And I look forward to hearing from our team about what solutions and opportunities we can explore here in Nova Scotia. With the incredible opportunities for digital transformation that we're working towards, I know I can speak on behalf of my cybersecurity and digital solutions colleagues in saying that the road ahead is an exciting one. As I've said, there's lots of work to be done, but we're up to the challenges we'll face and for all the rewards we'll earn by being leaders. We'll do this by facilitating conversations like the ones happening here today and by staying focused on innovative, human-centered solutions that support everyone who arrives at our digital doorstep. Along with working with our partners, the key to our success will be to continue working with Nova Scotians to learn from their experiences so that we can ensure that our province is providing the best services and programs possible. I'd like to thank again our partners for offering panels and education sessions here at GEO Forum 2024, and I truly hope that you enjoyed today's session. Have a great day. Passe une belle journée. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.